We know cancer is a dreadful disease that affects millions of Americans and people around the world. But when cancer strikes a child, well, it's a totally different issue. There are so many things that we have to do differently. And there is an organization in the Lehigh Valley that dedicates itself to help the families and help the children to get rid of this dreadful disease. Hi, I'm Jose Antonio Ortiz, and this is Nuestro Valle. We are welcoming back the Pediatric Cancer Foundation of the Lehigh Valley, and of course it's Michelle Zini, who is the Executive Director, Lisa Capes, Assistant Executive Director, and we are joined this time by Tracy Stoffer, whose child is still affected by cancer. And well, this is a very short show and you have a lot of information. Let's go and start with what is new at the Pediatric Cancer Foundation.
Well, unfortunately, what is new is a lot of new faces, a lot of new diagnoses in the Lehigh Valley since we saw you last. What that means for us is we have more people to help, even though we don't want to see those new faces. We're always, right there ready to step on board and start helping those families. So, we have a lot of our same programming and services going on, and we've started some new programming. We've put some support groups in place for families that are dealing with pediatric cancer, families in current treatment, as well as bereaved families who have lost a child. Mm-hmm. And, just always looking for new ways to help.
Unfortunately, is a job you would prefer not to have.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, well, unfortunately, these things happen, and fortunately, you are there to help.
Yes.
Lisa, month of September brings a lot of things for the Pediatric Cancer Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
We have so many great things that we're doing. The main thing about it is really trying to spread awareness. So we have a campaign where we've reached out to schools and local businesses where we're asking them to show their support by spreading the gold. If you're a business or a school and would like to show your support, we ask that you put gold ribbons out on trees or in your windows to show that you're aware of pediatric cancer.
Mm-hmm. Well, people think that cancer, there are so many charitable organizations, and they do a great job. What people don't realize is that what I mentioned before, when it's a child affected by this disease, it's a totally different type of, it might be the same type of cancer even, but affects a child and the family in ways that you cannot compare it. And well, Tracy, thank you for being with us. And I know this is sometimes difficult to talk about, but what this foundation is doing is not only trying to help the child, but the family.
Absolutely. Every event that PCFLV holds, they invite siblings. And in our particular family situation, that's really important. We have an older daughter who is 10, and then our younger daughter is 8, and she has cancer and has had cancer almost 7 years now since her diagnosis. So the family dynamic in our house is definitely different than a normal family, but the fact that PCFLV includes siblings and everything is really very important for us because, as you said, when a child has cancer, it affects not just that child, but the parents, the siblings, the grandparents. It has repercussions that are very far-reaching.
Yes, far-reaching, and that's true. But well, how is she doing now, your daughter?
Vanessa is stable.
Yeah.
She is currently still on chemotherapy, and we are not following any kind of plan or protocol because what she's on is working, which for most people it doesn't work for as long as it has for her. So to look at her, you wouldn't know that she has cancer, but her cancer is all still in there, and then she does have daily struggles that she likes to kind of keep to herself and not tell everybody about. But day to day, she's doing well, and we are thankful for every day that we have with her.
Of course. Well, all the activities, Michelle, that you offer, that Pediatric Foundation offers, cost money.
Absolutely.
And there will never be enough donation, etc. But September being the awareness month, you have several, not just one or two, you have several activities where people can support and have fun. Because I think your organization is not just to dwell, is to try to bring a little bit of fun.
Absolutely.
But in this case, tell me about the golf outing.
Right. So our golf tournament, which is our 6th annual golf tournament, which is held at Green Pond Country Club in Bethlehem on September 8th, Monday, September 8th. Is one of our 3 major fundraisers a year. So it really is one of the major sources of funding for the programming and support that we provide our families. And we try to have a little something that appeals to everyone. So if you're a golfer, it's a great way to come out and help support local children with cancer and their families. And everything we do, every dollar we earn, does stay local. And I know there's always so many choices of who to give your money to, and I think it's really important for some people to see the benefit of their donation in the Lehigh Valley. So, our money does stay here for families like Tracy's, and the golf tournament is a great opportunity to be part of that.
And a lot of people just love to go there and have fun.
Absolutely.
And why not giving a little extra, because golfing, well, it's already a little expensive, but this is for a cause.
Absolutely. We realize it might be a little more than you're used to paying for golf, but yes, your money is going towards providing what these families need to either help them a little bit financially or provide fun and distraction and kind of give kids a normal childhood experience as much as we can.
Now, this event is just coming really, really soon.
It is.
About a week, and you still have one more day if you want to register, right?
That's right. The registration deadline is August 25th.
Just tomorrow?
Yes, and if we can sneak you in after that, we certainly will try, but if you can get in touch with us by tomorrow, that would be great. And you can always go to www.pcflv.org to do that.
Of course. Well, we have a lot more to talk about, and friends, don't go away. We'll come back after these brief messages. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us, and we're chatting with Michelle Zini, Lisa Capes, and Tracy Stoffer, and we are talking about pediatric cancer and all, especially the September Awareness Month for pediatric cancer. Besides the golfing outing, and I think this is getting more and more of that in the Lehigh Valley. So in the 6 years, well, this is going to be the 6th year, has it increased in attendance?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everything that we do gets bigger and better over time. And, we do get frustrated with the lack of awareness about pediatric cancer. I think a lot of people think, oh, this is something very rare. It doesn't happen to many people. And I think part of the reason that happens is because we have kids like Vanessa who you don't necessarily look at and think, oh, she has cancer, because she doesn't have those sort of stereotypical attributes like a bald head, but she is still a little girl fighting cancer. So we get a little frustrated that there's not as much awareness as there is for other causes. However, we do believe we're making progress in that, and there is more and more awareness, and every day we have people calling us to say, what can I do to help? And
we're just looking at her picture in the screen. Now, this is part of the other activity that you are having for cancer awareness, Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. Tell me a little more about this.
Well, like I said, we're just trying to get every kind of business, school, just people in the community to see the gold ribbon, to see that these children are real, they exist in the Lehigh Valley. We're going to have some billboards out there, just, anyone that we can get to show their support.
So this is part of the 30 days, 30 stories.
Yes, we'll have the 30-day, 30 stories beginning on our website and the PCFLV.org website that you can follow every day starting September 1st.
And this is going to be every day a new story, new picture, and etc. Why having this type of campaign? Showing the pictures and
you'll also see, the stories that are very real, and each family expresses themselves very beautifully and very differently. Some are new to the diagnosis and just in that raw beginning stage of accepting what's happening and reaching out. Those people need a lot of support. We have families that tell their story that have been going through this for quite a while, and it just is something that they're, on a day-to-day basis doing, and it shows that they still need our support. And then we also have some bereaved families that share their story that have actually lost a child. So there's many different levels to this, and each story is more beautiful than the next.
Well, of course. And Tracy, how I just cannot even imagine how you felt when the diagnosis came. And of course, we have all these supposedly normal sentiments, and but how was not exactly for you, but for your oldest daughter? Did she understood from the beginning?
She was quite young when her sister was diagnosed, so it was difficult trying to explain what cancer was to, at that point, Kira was 3 and Vanessa was 1. She wasn't quite 2 yet, so it was hard to explain it to them in a way that they could understand. And because of all of the time in the hospital that we were spending with Vanessa and doctor's appointments and literally weeks at a time in the hospital, when we first received Vanessa's diagnosis, and 3 days later she had her surgery on her spine to resect her tumor, and then things just kind of snowballed and we were so busy. It actually, for our family, worked out best to have Kira go live with her grandmother for a little while because we were never home. My husband and I, he was either at work or at the hospital, and I was at the hospital all the time. So, but it definitely affected both girls, and like I said earlier, that's why PCFLV is great, because they always include Kira in everything, and that way my girls can do something together, yet Kira doesn't feel left out.
Yeah. So how is the fact that there are people there that went through what you were going at the time, like Michelle, for instance? Michelle, you are also a mom.
I am, yes. My son is a leukemia survivor, so it's an experience that I have gone through myself, and I do think that it's a blessing to me to be able to connect with other parents who understand the journey and what it's all about. So, it's been equally as beneficial to me to get to know all of these other parents as well.
And I guess you also help other parents that are just coming with a diagnosis.
Absolutely.
We do. I know a couple times PCFLV has asked me to talk to new families. As I said, we've been going through this for almost 7 years. So we've talked to families who are getting ready to go into transplant because Vanessa did stem cell transplants and things like that. But that's one of the, in addition to all the fun activities that PCFLV provides, just the fact that you go to those and then you get to meet those other parents has been just phenomenal for me, for Kira to meet other cancer siblings, for Vanessa to meet other cancer kids. Because when you're in the hospital, especially with a cancer diagnosis, you don't leave your room very much. So it's not like you get to play with all the other kids or anything like that. So that's one of the other PCFLV benefits, or what, if you want to call it that you get to meet the other parents. And being a cancer parent can feel very lonely at times. You feel like nobody understands what you're